The 1980s was a time of glam rock and progressiveness. This decade had everything from roller skates to Ronald Reagan. The 1980s was a time of great progress, generating many important inventions. The most important of which is myself. I was born in the 80s. There are many other notable inventions from the 1980s that we continue to use and benefit from today. A few of these include the hepatitis B vaccine, CD-ROM, and a disposable camera. I'll begin with what may have been one of the greatest medical breakthroughs of the 1980s. First hepatitis B vaccine was first used in 1980. It was developed by Dr. Irving Millman alongside Dr. Baruch Bloomsburg in 1965 and discovered. Early forms of the vaccine were simply a heat-treated form of the virus according to the Hepatitis B Foundation. In 1981, the doctors developed an inactive form of the vaccine that is still used today. The hepatitis B vaccine is also very significant because it was one of the first anti-cancer vaccines. Hepatitis B Foundation reports that 80% of liver cancer is caused by the hepatitis B virus, but the vaccine serves as a preventative. The second significant invention that stemmed from the 1980s was the CD-ROM. The CD-ROM was developed in 1984 by both Sony and Philips. Throughout the decade, these two companies worked together to develop standards for the CD-ROMs as well as the CD-ROM drives. CD-ROM drive could hold over 650 megabytes of data, almost 450 times the 3.5-inch floppy disk, which was quickly replaced by the CD-ROM. What previously had to be stored on multiple floppies could now fit on one single CD-ROM. Although CD-ROM disks are still manufactured today, the drives are becoming scarce due to the increased use of DVD-ROM drives, which also supports CDs. The CD-ROM was an impressive invention that paved the way for storage of data to continue to become further condensed. There is another invention of the 1980s that paved the way for much technology to follow. The disposable camera was invented in 1986. It was developed by Fujifilm's Utsuneru Daisu, which is Japanese for it takes pictures. This Fujifilm Quick Snap 35mm was followed by Kodak's Fling 35mm in 1980. It was replaced by the FunSaver in 1989. Even though the disposable cameras aren't as popular today as when they were first released, they are still very much popular among travelers and tourists because one of the main reasons they were invented. Many people are afraid of losing their own cameras while they're out on travel. To sum this up, I've just informed you of a few significant inventions from the 1980s, such as the hepatitis B vaccine, CD-ROM, and a disposable camera. An invention such as the hepatitis B vaccine is very important and is still used today. Other inventions such as the CD-ROM and disposable cameras have helped pave the way for technology to follow. There are always new inventions that are coming out every single day. What inventions do you think will impact the future?